Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a necklace using some products from Sam's Bead Box, his new subscription. So this is the second month that Sam has put out his subscription box, and oh my goodness, it was so beautiful this month. In it came this piece right here. It's a double-sided. It could be a link. It's got a couple different holes in it. We're going to use it today for a charm. To hang off of a necklace. So that came in Sam's box. And then he sent a beautiful assortment of beads. So I have an unboxing video that I will put in the description box below if you want to see everything that was in the box. We're just using a few things today that came in the box. So I'm using these three these are kind of like a rose marble, kind of really awesome little beads. It's all check glass too, in Sam's boxes. And then in the bead mix, there were these little roller beads, and I'm going to be using them. Also in the bead mix were these bigger versions of these. That's these right here, and I'm going to be using the one, I think there were, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7 of them in there. There's another small one. I think I'm just going to use 3 small ones, 3 of the small ones. We're going to be putting little eggs in a bird nest. Okay, the Preciosa bicones that he had in here in this beautiful lavender color, amethyst, we're going to be using those. And we're going to be using these potato pearls. I thought these were so pretty. They're just beautiful, and we're going to be using those as well in the box, or in the necklace, from the box, in the necklace. Okay. And then I have this little bird charm. It's the little mother bird charm, and it's on my website if you're interested in it. I'm going to be using it. I'm going to be using some of the oval jump rings from Sam's box. I'm going to be using these metallic bird beads. I think these are so cute. There they are. It is a little bird. I'm going to be using several of them. I'm going to be using 2 clamshell covers, 2 crimp beads, a length of Coriana chain, and I actually cut this off of another necklace, so I already have my closure on here with my lobster and everything. So I'm just going to be cutting this to fit what size I want this necklace to be, and this is available on my website as well if you're interested in that. And then we're going to be using some wire. So I've got some 22 gauge, I believe this is 22 gauge, just silver artistic wire. And then this is like a 32 gauge, and this is what we're going to be wrapping our little eggs in the nest with. I have a ring mandrel that I'm just going to use to get the shape of my nest, but you can use anything. You can use a pill bottle, you can use a fingernail polish bottle, anything that's round that you can wrap your wire around. And my jewelry tools, and I think that's everything. So if you're interested in this, if you're interested in Sam's Bead Box, I have a coupon code for $5 off your first box. I will link that in the description box below. It is $39 a month plus shipping. But if you see the unboxing, you'll understand why it's a little bit higher priced. It's a great box. It's all check glass, beautiful components, tiara cast. So check it out. And yeah, you probably will want to subscribe. It's really pretty awesome. So I'm moving all this stuff out of the way as I'm talking. And then I'll link my website in the description box below as well if you're interested in the Coriana chain or the mother bird charm. It's there. They're there. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our nest. So I'm just moving all this stuff out of the way. You're going to get your little whatever round component you're going to use. And I'm going to use this top part up here and make my nest right about that size. Okay? So I'm just going to start with my wire and just wrap. And I'm just going to wrap and wrap and wrap, whoops, several times around here. This does not have to be neat and tidy, okay? You want it to overlap itself. And we're making a bird nest. So yes, it's not going to be real neat and tidy. It will overlap, and that's what we want. And I'm just going to go around and around and around, and see when it comes off, it's just kind of a mess, and that's okay. Bird nests are not neat. So just keep wrapping, and don't worry about the little end. We'll tuck it in here in a minute. And you can make it as thick or as thin as you want it. But I'm just going to go around a few more times because I want it to be a little bit thicker. Okay, and I'm even going to go up a little bit, back up on the top of this mandrel. I went down a little. I'm going to run back up. Okay, now I'm going to take this off, and here's what I've got. It's just kind of a mess of wire, and that's okay. That's what you want. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to tuck it around just like this and just tuck it in right there. Okay, so I've got a messy little nest here. I'm going to go ahead and remove my wire from the spool, and I'm going to get probably about, I don't know, let's see here, probably about 3 to 5 feet. Well, that's the end of my spool, so I'm just going to take everything else that's on the spool off. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a little bridge across. So I'm going to go, where am I coming out? I'm coming out, let's see, right here. So let me go back to the beginning where I wrapped my little first part around. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go through the nest, and I'm just going to come over here to this side and wrap around. I'm going to go back up through, and just make sure your wire's not tangled. I've got a lot of wire here. So here I'm going down, if you can see. Actually, I'm going to go wrap around right here again because it was coming loose. So let me go right up around here. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to go across, just like that. And I'm going to go up and around and back down. Just like this. Okay, just like that. And as you can see, I have a little piece going across the bottom now. So I'm going to go back up and around and down through from the top to the bottom. You always want to keep the pieces going across on the bottom. So I'm coming down from the top. I'm going to go back through to the bottom, go across again in a different direction, and go back up and down. Just like this. Okay, I'm going to go across to a different direction and go back up and back down. And you're just making a crisscross all along the bottom of your little wire nest here. That's what you want to do. It doesn't have to be neat. If your wire gets kinked, it's okay, because we're going to actually kink some of the wire on purpose here in a few minutes. So go back across and down again. And you want to just keep doing this until you get a little network along the bottom. And these side pieces where you're wrapping are going to make it look even more like the bird nest. So just keep going around, wrapping and going back down. Okay, I'm going to go across here. And I'm probably going to use every bit of this little roll of wire on this because it wasn't a very big roll to start with. And I made my edges kind of thick, so I'm going to go around a couple times for that one. Okay. And see how it's doing? It's just crisscrossing along the bottom, and it's making these little edges along the side that look kind of like a bird nest. Okay, go back across. And the good thing about this project is you don't want it to be neat. You want it to be a messy little bird nest. I mean, that's the way they are. And I'm kind of keeping my thumb in here, as you can see, which is cupping it a little bit in the bottom. So it's kind of keeping the bottom just going in a cup shape. And you can press these sides in a little bit more too and make the bottom of the nest kind of cupped. And I'm just going to keep going in and out here, except for my wire got stuck there. Okay, here we go. And now I'm kind of even zigzagging inside the pieces that are in the middle. So just going in between them, up and around, back down, and just making the bottom of the nest. Okay, so it's coming along here. I know it looks really messy right now. It's going to be cute when we get the little eggs in there, though. I'm going to wrap twice this time. And go back across. Go back down through here. Back across. Back down through. Now, I've seen people make bells on these. I'm not going to make a bell on this one because I've got so many little loops on the side here that it's going to have, I'm going to have plenty of places to hang it. I don't think that that would be an issue. And I'm just going to keep going in and out till I use all this wire. I'm almost at the end of it anyway. Just try to fill in any gaps I see in there. Just like this. Okay, now we're just going to go up and around here and pull this piece in, this little end piece right here. Just going to grab it, if I can find it again. There it is. And just tuck it under. Just so it's not going to snag anybody. And just tuck it in. Okay. So here we've got a little nest. Now I'm going to cup the bottoms a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these side pieces with my pliers and I'm going to pull them apart a little bit, just like this. In several places. Just pulling them apart and making this real messy. Pulling some down toward the bottom and some up toward the top. Just grabbing the side pieces so they don't look so smooth and fine and neat. I don't want them to be. And then I'm just going to take my pliers and I'm just going to kink all over. I'm just going to take the wire, I'm going to kink it around like this, all over this little nest, and just kind of fill in the bottom so there aren't any big, huge open gaps. There are some right now, so I'm just kind of pulling some of this side wire loose and down and around. And you can just do this with your pliers. You don't have to be neat about it. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It just needs to be kind of messy looking and all over the place. So I'm just kinking it, I'm pulling it, I'm doing all kinds of stuff, making it look like branches, basically, is what we're doing. All these little straight ones, you want to twist them up. You want to pull some of these from the sides in toward the bottom. I'm going to even twist some of the ones on the top here. Sometimes they're hard to get a hold of. There we go. I wrapped a little too much on the sides. I should have done a little bit less, but I didn't. So now I'm gonna just pull some in from the sides to the bottom. If you find that you wrap too many, you can always do this. Okay, so there we have a little nest. And if you see any places that look too neat, just continue to twist them, wrap them, do whatever you want to do to make it look the way you want it to look. There we go. It's just basically a little mass of wire in kind of a circle shape. That's all it ends up being. Okay, but it does look very much like a nest. Alright, now, I've got that pretty much like I want it. So I'm going to put my 3 little eggs in the middle here. And I'm going to take this thinner wire. I'm just going to get a good long piece off of it. I don't even know how long. If I run out, I can add more, but I've got probably a 3-foot piece on here. And I'm going to take this on the bottom somewhere. It doesn't really matter where you do it. And just kind of weave it in the bottom here. You just want to get it wrapped so that it won't come loose. There we go. And this is very, very thin wire. It's like 32 gauge, so it's super thin. I'm just going to wrap it around so that it won't come loose. And then stick this back up in here, make sure it's not going to poke out. Okay. Now we're going to take we're coming from the bottom, we're going to go up through the nest here, like this, to the middle. And just pull it right off the table. And just go ahead and pull it tight. Okay, now we're going to put 1 little egg in. So just put your little egg on there. Let it fall all the way down. Okay, just like that. And then you're going to go through from the top where you're at here to the bottom. And I found if you go back kind of underneath that little egg, it will hide the wire. You won't see it coming out the hole because it kind of goes back underneath him. Okay, just like that. And there we've got our 1 little egg in the nest. You can position him where you want him. Okay, then we're going to go back up through, just like this. We're basically just sewing these little eggs in with the wire. I keep jerking my whole project off the table. Okay, we're going to add our 2nd little egg. And down he goes. All right, where'd he go? There he is. Okay, gonna add the 2nd little egg in right here. Take your wire, and I'm going kind of back underneath him again so that it will make him lay to where the wire doesn't come right out the side. You can't see it coming out the side. And pull through. Gonna position him where you want him. Okay. And then you might want to wrap one time around one of these wires just to hold everything in place. I'm just going to go under and through. I think I am. I don't have my glasses on. I really, really should not be doing this without my glasses, but I forgot them. Okay, there we go. Go under and through and wrap. It's just going to hold everything kind of into place a little bit while we place our last egg in there. Okay. Ow, and I just poked myself with something. Maybe that little piece of wire that I first put through there. Ouch. Okay. Now we're going to go back up through the bottom. I'm going to go over here. And we're going to put our 3rd little egg in. Okay, push him all the way down. Isn't he cute? And again, we're going to take our wire and go kind of underneath him so it won't show coming out the hole. got a kink in it right there, and it just keeps getting stuck on everything. Let me see if I can, there we go. And pull it tight, and there is our third little egg. Now, if your eggs are crooked and you want to position them differently, now's the time to do it. Okay, I've got mine pretty well where I want them right there. Okay, and now what we're going to do with this little wire is we're going to go back up through to the top. Just like this. Okay. And I'm going to wrap it like this around the eggs that are in the nest, kind of underneath them. And that's just going to keep them all sitting in a little cluster pretty well. Taking the wire underneath them. Well, I may have to go through this one right here. And you may have to go through a wire, under a wire. You just kind of want them all clustered together and wrapped in real well. Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm going to go back down through to the bottom. Okay, pull tight. And now if you see any parts in your nest that need filled in, you can do that with this wire pretty easily. I think I like the way mine is. I don't really want it to be too much more than this. So I'm just going to take this wire. I'm going to trim it off for one thing because I cut way too much. Okay. And I'm just going to sew it through the back here around a couple of different places so that I just feel like it's secure. So I'm just going to sew it through here. And just tighten it down. Basically, that's all I'm doing now. Sewing it through and just tightening it down a little bit. And it is hard when you didn't put your glasses on to see what you're doing with this intricate little wire. Alright, now I'm just going to cut that off, bend it over, make sure it's not poking, and here is our little nest with our eggs. It's cute. Now you can look and see if you see any places that need tweaked or twisted. Just go ahead and do it. It's a good time to do it. You can play around with it, make it do all kinds of little twists, and you just want it to look like little branches put in there. That's all it is. That's all you're doing. Okay, so I think it's looking pretty good. And there we have it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to hang our chain. Actually, we're going to hang this charm below the nest. Okay, so let me get a jump ring. And I'm just going to hang it directly on. Just going to hook this onto the nest right here, just any place that you have a little wire sticking out, and you should have plenty if you wrapped it messy. I'm going to add him right on. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to take my little mother bird charm and I'm going to hang her right there. We'll see how she looks hanging right there. Let's say that. I'm not positive. I'm going to leave her there. I may put a couple jump rings and hang her where she hangs down a little bit. This would make a really cute necklace for somebody's mother. My mom doesn't wear jewelry, believe it or not. So I can't really make it for her. But for somebody's mom who does wear jewelry, this would be really cute. Okay, so there's what we have. I kind of like the little mother bird charm. I think it's cute right there. Okay, so now we're just going to put our Coriana chain on, and what I did not anticipate is I've cut my chain. What was I thinking? Okay, well, I'm going to have to cut it again because you have to, I'm going to have to be able to loop it through here. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. That was a little silly of me. So I may need to get a longer piece. Hold on just a second. I think this is a longer piece. I've got a bunch of scrap pieces where I've put things on, taken things off, but this one has a lobster on it too, so this might work. Okay, and I'm just going to take a jump ring, and I'm going to hook my nest to my chain. I think with the jump ring, I was thinking I would just put it through the nest, but I think I'm going to do it with a jump ring, and I'm going to do it right here, because there's a perfect spot sticking up right here. May even make it stick up a little bit more. And I'm just going to put the jump ring through there. Okay. Then we're going to feed our chain right through the jump ring. There we go. If it'll go. Oh my goodness, come on now. There we go. Okay. So I've got my chain right through my jump ring. And I'm actually going to have to bead on this chain, so I think I'm just going to cut this lobster off because I'm not sure that I'm going to keep it that long anyway. Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got our little mother bird, our nest, our charm, and we're going to go ahead and bead up this chain a little bit. So I am going to use, I think, one of the little bicones. Actually, I'm going to use a little, I have a couple little spacer beads here, just 3mm spacer beads, and I'm going to use one of those on either side of the jump ring first. I just always feel like it gives it a good little starting point to have a couple little spacers there. You don't have to do that. It's just my own personal preference. But I like the way it looks like that. Okay, now I'm going to do a bicone on each side. And I know these bicones do fit this chain because I tried them ahead of time. Okay. Bicone on the other side. Okay, just like that. Really cute. And then I'm going to add in one of the check glass beads. Oh, come on now. There we go. One on either side. Okay. And then I'm probably going to do another little spacer. Sorry I didn't tell you guys to get the spacers out in the beginning. I wasn't thinking I was going to use them, but when I'm kind of getting into this, I'm thinking that they're going to look good on here. So we'll do a couple of little spacers. And then I'm going to do the potato pearls. Now, I debated using the potato pearls with this, and I'm really not even sure that I still want to. I like the way they look with these colors. So I think I am going to use them. Let me see how they look. I know that they're not, that a lot of people would probably put them with rose gold or gold, but I kind of like them with the silver. Yeah, I do. We're going to use them. So potato pearl, potato pearl. These are so pretty. Okay, and then we're going to go bicone, bicone. Okay, there's one. The other bicone. Okay, and then the little bird beads. These are so cute. Make sure I get it on the right way and not upside down. Oh my goodness, those are adorable. Okay. I love them. This other one on. Oh, those are too cute. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Then I'm going to do another couple of bicones. Yeah, those are really, really cute little beads. Come on now. I really need to put my glasses on, guys. I might have to run over there and grab them real quick so I can see what I'm doing. I can't. I did have a pair laying here. I try to keep them spread out everywhere, but I've carried them off to some other location apparently. Who knows where they are? Let me grab them. Okay, that is so much easier to see. I always sit down to do these tutorials and then I realize about halfway through I don't have my glasses on. I can't see anything. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's use these beads right here, these roller beads. Do we want to? No, we don't. We're not going to use them because I just don't want that much different stuff going on, I don't think. So let's go ahead and put this one on. Okay, and then we'll do a couple more of these. Yeah, that's better. Okay, we'll do a potato pearl on each side. We're going to do a little silver spacer. Okay, a bicone and a bird bead. Yeah, this is turning out really cute. Bicone and a bird bead. Okay, I'm going to do a spacer on top of the bird. Another bicone. And as you can see, I'm not doing a pattern. I'm just randomly selecting, or kind of just not really randomly, but I'm just not doing a pattern. I didn't want to do, you know, the same repeating pattern over and over. Doing a potato pearl. Okay, really cute. This is really cute. Let me scoot this down a little bit. Potato pearl, spacer. I don't know what's going on outside. People are yelling. And these two. Just like this. Really cute. Okay, we're going to do a bird bead on each side. and a bicone. Okay, I think we will finish it off because I'm not beading all the way up this. I like this Coriana chain to show. I think it's really pretty. So I'm not going to go all the way up either side. So I think we're going to finish off with a spacer bead on each side. And there we have it. So what you need to do at this point is you need to hold this up on yourself and see where you want it to hang. If you're making it for you. If not, you need to decide how long you want it to be for whoever you're making it for. Okay, and then you want to make sure both sides are even. I don't bring moved there. There we go. I want to just make sure both sides are even. And they're not. There we go. Okay. And then I like to take a crimp bead and go down each side and crimp it just to keep everything in its place. And I don't want to crimp it really tightly. Like I want it to be able to have some movement, just a tad though. I mean, you just don't want it crimped super tight, but you want it to, everything just to kind of stay in place. So I just put it on there and I just crimp it down. Now you can use a crimp cover if you want to cover it up. I find it's really not that noticeable. And a lot of times I just leave it. I don't use a crimp cover because they're just tiny. But you can. You can crimp cover it if you want to. Okay, so there it is. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come up here to the top, and we need a couple more crimp beads. Okay, you're going to come up here to the top, and I'm just going to cut this off even because I think that that is about the length that I would want it to be anyway. I may go a little tad shorter and add a extender. Just, I don't know that I'm going to keep this one, so yeah, I went a tad shorter, and then I'll just put an extender on it. But you're going to take your clamshell cover, where is mine, and you're going to put it on first through this little bottom hole, and then you're going to put your crimp bead on. Okay. You're going to bring this up to the end of your chain and crimp it. Make sure it's secure, and then you're just going to close your clamshell up. I just do it with my hands a lot of times. You don't even have to use your pliers. Go ahead and put this guy on. Add your crimp. And close this right down. Okay, just like that. And then you're just going to add your lobster closure on. So I'm going to take this one off of this other one. This other piece that I took off of something else. I don't even know what it was. So go ahead and put this right on here. And you can add an extender if you want. I'll probably just try it on and see where it hangs and then decide if I need to add an extender or not. I probably will add one, but not positive. Just depends on where it hangs. Okay, and we're going to put this right on here. Close that up really good. And there you have a sweet little Mother's Day necklace with your little mother bird charm here, your little eggs in there, and in the little nest. Really, really cute. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will put this on a form, and I'll be right back. So there it is on a form. It is super cute, and I've actually got too much light on here. But yeah, I really think this turned out good. Let me turn this other light off too. Goodness. Okay, there we go. That shows up way better. But yeah, it turned out really cute. I love these little birds. Little bird beads are so adorable. And the nest even is cute. I took my pliers and tweaked it in a couple more places just to get the my form needs lint brushing. I see that. But anyway, I think this turned out really cute. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're interested in Sam's box, I will put the link in the description box below, as well as a link to my website. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.